You've probably heard that you have to get your wisdom teeth taken out. But what if I told you that might be completely unnecessary? I'll let you in on a little secret. I still have my wisdom teeth too. For a long time, we've been told that no matter what, you always need to get your wisdom teeth taken out. But now we're kind of in some gray area where a lot of dentists are actually coming out and saying we're over-prescribing extractions and that you do not always need to get your wisdom teeth taken out. So today I'm going to dive into when you should actually remove your wisdom teeth and when you might be totally fine just leaving them. For years, it was almost a rite of passage. You know, you could become a teenager, you turn 16, 17, then your wisdom teeth start poking through like, all right, now it's time. I'm gonna go get my wisdom teeth taken out. I'm gonna make those funny videos because I'm gonna be under this anesthesia. My face is gonna be all swollen. All right, can't wait. What's the thought behind this? Why are we always taught that no matter what, we need to get our wisdom teeth taken out? Well, I don't blame them because your wisdom teeth can cause a lot of issues. Your wisdom teeth can come in, they can come in crowded, they can come in impacted, they can lead to infections, they can lead to cavities, they can lead to all sorts of problems. So in order to prevent that from causing issues, it makes sense to just get them out of there and prevent any of that headache later on. But the problem is that millions of healthy wisdom teeth are pulled every single year, even if they're not causing any problems. This is why we have a lot of dentists now coming out and saying that you do not need to always take out your wisdom teeth, because some of them will not ever cause any problems, and some of them you can just leave and they'll just grow in like normal and you won't have any issues, and then you'll just have an extra tooth to chew with back there. I mean, if they erupt straight and they're easy to clean, it's just another molar. That means you can chew more food. And surgeries have their own risks too. Like if you're preemptively doing a surgery, you can still risk getting a dry socket, you can risk damaging your nerve, you can risk damaging your sinus. It's kind of like one of those sayings go like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now here's the thing that not many people used to know. If you look back at our ancestors, they had all 32 teeth, including their wisdom teeth, all coming in straight in the right place. They never had an orthodontist to straighten out their teeth, and they never had an oral surgeon. So how did they magically get their teeth to come in all in the right place? Well, their jaws were bigger. Back then, our diet was different, our breathing patterns were different, everything was different. And we would chew a lot more. We would chew our food like 4 hours out of the day. They would spend chewing their food. They would also have good oral posture. Their mouths would be closed, their lips would be sealed. They would also have their tongue touching the roof of their mouth, and they'd be breathing in and out of their nose. How do I know this? Well, I talked a lot about it in some of my other videos, so make sure you check out some of my other content. But all of this helped stimulate their jaws to grow forward and wide, and it allowed their teeth to all come in the right direction. But nowadays our diets have changed, our breathing patterns have changed, we've become more accustomed to breathing in and out of our mouth, so our jaws have started hanging open. It leads to everything getting more constricted because when our mouths are hanging open, then our cheeks keep everything constricted and our faces grow in this elongated direction that leads to us having crowded teeth, and again, not having enough room for our wisdom teeth to come in. The number one reason that our wisdom teeth need to come out is because there's not enough room for them to come in properly. But that being said, there is a time and place where we definitely need to remove your wisdom teeth because, like I said, times have changed. Our diets have changed, our breathing patterns have changed, and you can't fix something like this overnight, especially if your wisdom teeth are already coming in. So the times you should get your wisdom teeth out are if they're causing pain or if they're coming in impacted. Impacted basically means that there's not enough room for them to fully come in straight. That means they could be sideways, they could be stuck in the bone somewhere, or they could be hitting the tooth in front of it. Whatever the reason is, it's not fully coming in. Sometimes it could be damaging nearby teeth, they could start to form a cyst, or they could cause an infection. For example, there's something called pericoronitis, which is basically when the wisdom tooth is coming in partially, but part of your gum tissue, there's like a flap of gum tissue that's still covering up your wisdom tooth. And this can be really painful because if any food or any plaque or bacteria gets underneath that gum flap, then it can get really inflamed and even get infected. And this can lead to a ton of pain. So in any of these cases, yep, I would agree that these wisdom teeth need to come out. The thing is, you might not know that unless you go to the dentist. So this is why it's so important to make sure you go get everything checked out, because they can usually find something before it even causes any pain. So you might be able to catch all of this stuff really early. And then if you do need to get them out, the surgery process is super easy and you can heal a lot easier. Versus if you go in and there's a big infection and you're in a ton of pain, then the recovery process is going to be harder, the surgery is going to be harder, and you're not going to be happy. But let's say that your wisdom teeth are fully in, they are causing no problems, you're able to brush and floss them very easily, and your dentist is able to clean them pretty easily, then you can probably just leave them alone. I would definitely ask your dentist some questions though. I would ask, are they fully erupted? Meaning like, are they fully into my jaw, or are they just partially into my jaw. Is there any decay or any bone loss or any issues around with my wisdom teeth? And they'll probably ask you if you have any symptoms or anything with them. This isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. Everybody's mouth is a little bit different, and sometimes people, they have a perfect set of wisdom teeth, but they just don't clean them, and they all get cavities, so then you need to get them out anyway. But I would say if you have no symptoms and they're fully in and you're not really having any problems with it, then just leave them. Anyway, I want you to let me know in the comment section below if you had your wisdom teeth out or if you still have them. And if you have them, how many do you have? Let me know how much wisdom you got. And as always, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel below. And I will see you in the next video. What if your jaw pain isn't about your jaw at all? TMJ problems can be a sign of something much deeper. These can be things like chronic stress, poor posture, or even a breathing problem. In this video, I'm going to go over how all of these things are related and how they can relate to your jaw pain and what you can do about it. So make sure you stick around. So what